Hi, I'm the App Man, and here is the app of the week. Okay, the app of the week this week is an app called MagicPlan. MagicPlan is great for people who want to be architects or interior designers or anybody that needs to create a ground plan, real estate agents. So when we open the app, this is what you come up with. You got a thing that says My Plans, New Plan, Settings, and My Account. So we'll look at settings first. So on the settings, you can see you've got customize. You can change it from meters to feet. You can do roadmap, hybrid, or satellite, which is very much like what Google Maps does. They give you the roadmap, which is the bare minimum. Here are the lines, basically. The hybrid gives a cross between the two, and satellite would show more details. Then you can also select whether you want the door types to be selected when you create them during the room capture. So those gives you an idea of what the door types there are. And if you click on customize, you can see you can do a page layout. So you can go from all floor plans on a single page, one plan per page, or one plan per page, then two room plans per page, which is the default, and that's where we'll keep it for now. Again, you can change the page size from letter to legal to A4. You can do room labels, so you can show all room labels, show main room labels only excluding closets and corridors, and you can hide the room labels. So we're going to show the room labels. You can change the scale, so you can display it or not display it. We'll leave it for display because that's good to see. Floor plan dimensions, you can do the main dimensions, area, or only dimensions that have been manually set. We're going to do the default as well on this one. Room plan dimensions, you can do all dimensions, only the two main dimensions, only dimensions that have been manually set, or no dimensions. And again, we're going to do all dimensions because that's what we want to see. You can create a title block to display in the area, or you can display the number of rooms. And again, we're going to leave those on because that's good information to have. Protection, customize your watermark and your disclaimer. So you can create a watermark, and you can even change the disclaimer there if you want. We're going to leave it set to default. And then you can put your contact information, which includes your picture, logo, and other contact information. So you can put a picture of yourself if you would like. You can create a logo if you've got a logo, your name, email address, and phone number. For now, we'll leave that blank. You can also do the help file, which tells you about certain things like customizing exported files, and then there's all of it. Creating a new plan, capturing a room, adjusting room size, adjusting room shape, windows, doors, furniture, more, assembling rooms, adding a new room, sharing your plan, creating an account, so on and so forth. There's a bunch of things. So if you need extra help, those will give you some details there. Okay, my account is with MagicPlan. You don't need an account, but if you create an account, then what you can do is once you've created a plan and you've got it the way you want it, you can upload that plan to a website where it'll allow you to, for a cost, a small cost, I don't know exactly what it is because I haven't tried it, but for a small cost, you can have your plans printed out and then mailed to you. So you can get a full architectural type plan. So my account, I've already signed in, so I've got my account. So we're going to start with a new plan, and we're going to create a plan. Now you get the option of residential, which is your house, apartments, condominiums, any kind of place where somebody would live, or commercial, office, store, public area, again, places where people dwell outside of living. So we'll do residential. All right, and then you come to this room, this window where you've got a place for an image over here on the left. You can use the current location. What it will do is if you click on that, it'll use the GPS on the iPad to locate exactly where you are. And here I am at Fayetteville Tech, so it's found me here close to it. So now that's there, it's set so that what it's doing is assuming that the room for this building that I'm using, this residential place, is at this location. So if you're at the location you're planning on doing this with, then that's great. For me, I'm not, so I would probably want to change this information here. But for now, we'll just leave it in there since this is not going to make a whole lot of difference to us anyway. And as you can see, you can change all this information: name, street, city, province, state, county, or country, postal code, and then you can enter notes here if you need to about the location. Maybe you want details about what type of building, what it's going to be used for, a certain way you want it to look, or it already looks if it's already been built, and so on. And then there's a place for info, which will, once you've got this room and or plan built up, it'll tell you how many square feet, how many rooms, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many windows. Because again, all this, if this was something that you're trying to build, then all that information would be useful for people who need to present how much it's going to cost or any of that information, as well as for somebody who's a real estate agent, they need to know this information because they got to put that information on their listings so that people know, oh, this has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, because that's important to them. Okay, then over here at the bottom left where it says get files, your plan can be emailed to you as a PDF, a JPEG, HTML, or DXF, which is optional. You can do the PDF and the JPEG and all these files without anything. But again, if you want to get them printed, you can do it, and or to get bigger, better ones, it may cost money. So we'll back out of that for now. You can also share this plan with Floor Planner. So you can actually build it up on Floor Planner. It allows you to take your floor plan and then build a 3D model of it, which will be kind of cool. A real tour vision, real virtual tour software for photographers, Facebook, Twitter. Okay, so let's go into the room. We're going to create a new room by clicking on the green plus where the plus sign is. Now you got your option. You can either draw it, and we'll just use with either a square room or a free form. We'll do square room for now. And then you get to select which room it is or which floor it's on first. Basement, ground floor, first floor, second, all the way up through 20 floors here. For a house, that's pretty big. So we'll just say ground floor. Now you get to choose what kind of room it is. And if the room that you want it to be is not in the list, as you can see, they got quite a few of them here. If you can't find the one you want to name it, then you can put your own name in there. But for now, we'll just say this is going to be the master bedroom. So here it is. It's already given us a basic 8-foot 2-inch square room that we can now manipulate. So what we'll do here is grab a corner. So we're sliding it around. Now that I've selected that corner, you can see the arrows there. Now I can move it. And as you can see, I can also change the shape of it. So if you don't want it to be square, just because you started with a square doesn't mean you end up with it. And as you can see, the dimensions are changing as the room changes. So it's 12 foot 7 inches as opposed to 8 foot 2. which it originally was. Now that I've selected this wall, instead of the corners, I selected it in the middle of the wall itself. Now I can slide this whole wall up, again, to change the size. But when I do this, when I select a wall, now down here in the corner, the bottom left-hand corner, you can see some menus have come up. The first one is for doors. So now I can select where I want to put a door. I can select the type of door I want and then put it in there. And now I can adjust the size of that door or where on the wall I want it. Okay. And to change the size, you would go to the ruler and you just put in what size door you want. We'll just do a 5-footer. Say OK. And now we've got a 5-foot door right there on that wall. Now, as you can see, I've still got some menu items here. There's furniture, stairs, and measurements. So if I want to put in some furniture, now I can add a refrigerator, sink, washer, dryer, bathtub, table, chair, bed, whatever I want. So if I want to put a bed in, now I've got bed. Now I can move it again to where I want. I can rotate it around. And then it's there. Now again, if I want to change the measurements, I can do that. If I want to add a staircase, a pillar, oil tank, corner landing furnace, water tank, and again for architects and or other people who are interested in this, they may want to put a water tank in there or put where the furnace is, because again, it could be important to whoever. Now for a real estate agent, they may not want to put some of that stuff in there just because, but you never know. It's still an option to have. Now if I click up here on the, well, before I go to that, down here in the bottom right, you can see there's a camera and an information box. So if we click on the camera, now we can take a picture of the room itself using our camera on our iPad. Then you can retake it or use it. We'll just say use. Now that supposedly is a picture of this room, even though it's not. And then if we go on information, again, it tells you this is the ground floor, master bedroom, and you can put a room label if you want. If it was a bedroom, if it was just a regular bedroom, you could say bedroom number 3 if you want. Now again, there's a help up here if you want to do help. There's undo, so if you, once you've done something, if you want to undo it, you can undo it. And then when you click done, now here's the room. Now once you have more than one room, it'll show you all the rooms and allow you to move them around. So we'll go back. We can go back with the up here where the address is. You can use that to go back to the main screen to where your room is, and now you can see it's put a picture of the master bedroom in there. It tells you it's 107 square feet, one room, one bedroom in the ground floor. Now we can add a second floor if we have one. Again, the other information is still down there. But if we click back on where it says ground floor up here, it takes us back to our room. Now the bottom left-hand corner, this little house with a circle around it, that allows you to change and rotate the rooms. So your main plan, if you need to rotate the way this room fits in the ground plan, then you can do that. Click on done, then you're done. At the bottom right-hand corner where the green circle with the plus sign, if you click on the trash can, it'll delete the room. If you click on the green plus sign, it allows you to add another room. And again, you can either capture a room using the camera, which I'll show you here in just a second. You can draw the room like we did earlier, or you can automatically fill up the space in between adjacent rooms, which we've only got one room, so we can't do that yet. But let's do a capture of the room, and I'll capture, and we'll just call this a bedroom. Now I'll capture the room of my office so you can see what it does. All you have to do is line up the green line where the two little hash marks at the bottom are. And you can see over on the left there's the blue area with a door, and then over on the right there's a red area with what look like the same little hash lines. So what happens is when you line this up with the bottom corner, you click on the little white hash lines in the red area, and that sets your corner, and you see it drops a cone down so you know that that's set. So now you rotate along the wall, staying in one direction, never moving other than rotating around. You stay in the same spot in the room. And then you find the next corner, drop another one by clicking on the red. And again, move around to the next corner. You can see my lovely office. And then click on that one. And I keep moving around. Try to keep it lined up as best as possible. Drop it again, and then come back. Now, before I get to the corner, you can see there's a door there. Now, if I click on the blue, now I put the first anchor for the door. Now, when I get to the other side of the door, I'll close that anchor off, and then close off the corner by dropping. Okay, so here is my office, and according to this, it's 13.5 feet by 9.6, and I happen to know that it's fairly accurate. So now that it's here, I can click on any of the walls and adjust if need be, adjust that. Now, as you can see, if you saw in the pictures as I was scanning the room, there is a window on this wall here. So now I can go down to my little menu on the bottom left where it's a window, and I can put a fixed window in that location. It's actually further over. So there's our window. And we'll click done, and now you can see that they're next to each other. So we don't want that. We want to move this over. Obviously that's not the right wall to put it on. Neither is that. We'll put it here. And there is our two rooms as part of our ground plan. So now when we go back, now on the drawing you see both rooms as opposed, and now you see 236 square feet. Okay, and you can go ahead and do this for all of them. Now again, if I want to share this, I can share it with Floor Planner, Real Vision, Facebook, Twitter. I've not done it with any of those, so not sure what those will do. How they'll look, I assume they'll look just like what the little picture there does. But let's say we want to get the files. So I'm going to click on Customize. Make sure everything's set the way I want it. Looks good. So we're going to get files. Okay, now you can see that it's finished uploading or whatever it was doing. So if we go check my mail, let's see if it came in. So as you can see, it emailed me, "Dear user, please find attached your floor plan in the following formats." It sent me a JPEG and a PDF. If I activate this plan and get my floor plans without watermarks, receive a DXF file to import into your CAD software, AutoCAD, SketchUp, or whichever. and then complete our questionnaire, all that good stuff, and then you can buy the plan, as I said before, if you wanted to. So what we'll do is we'll look at the PDF file and see that it does put a watermark on it, but you can get the watermark removed. But as you see, it does give you quite a bit of information. And that is the basic uses of MagicPlan.